Hello friends, welcome to lecture number 32. In today's class, we will read the first application of Biot-Savart's law. That is, we will have a current carrying straight wire and at a particular distance, we will find out the magnetic field. Okay, so we have to find out the magnetic field due to a current carrying straight wire using Biot-Savart's law. Okay, so for that, what we have to do, we will take a straight current carrying wire. In that current carrying wire we will have I amount of current which is passing through it. Then we take a point P. We took a point P, and at point P we need to calculate what should be the magnetic field, that is magnitude, as well as we have to find out the direction. Okay, so for that what we have to do, from point P we will drop a perpendicular. We'll draw a perpendicular from point P. Okay, that will be your D. That will be your D. And what is D? D is the perpendicular distance from the wire to the point. So I can write here D is the perpendicular distance from the wire to the point. Okay. Now in that current carrying wire we will take a very small element dy. We will take a very small element dy, and this dy element is situated at a distance y from the center. Okay, now this dy element will subtend an angle d theta at point P. It will subtend an angle in this form, and it will be better if I change the color. This dy will subtend an angle d theta at the point dy. Okay, so let me do it again. So we will draw a line. It will subtend an angle d theta from point P. So this angle will be your d theta. Followed. Now we will go for angle theta 1 and theta 2. So let us assume that this dy element makes an angle theta with the perpendicular. This angle is theta. Then what we will do, we will join the two ends of the wire. Okay, and we'll name it as theta 1 and theta 2. We'll draw it in this manner. We'll join this one. This angle will be your, from here, this angle will be your theta 1, and to the base we will join to the base, which will be your theta 2. Okay, and remember this theta 1 and theta 2, they will be taken in the opposite sense. So we have to write theta 1 and theta 2 are taken from the perpendicular and are in opposite sense. This is very, very important, because while solving problems this is required, theta 1 and theta 2. Okay, is it clear? So I hope all of you understood this diagram. This is how we have done. This is the diagram 1. So current carrying element, fine. Now let us try to analyze this dy properly. Okay, for that what I will try to do, I will try to zoom in this dy component. I will try to zoom in the dy component. This is the perpendicular, this is the point P, this is your point P. Okay, and this is the dy element which I have chosen. Okay, and this is situated at a distance y. Okay, now what I do, I'll drop a line here so that the angle here will be theta. Followed? Exactly the way which I have explained here, the same theta. Okay, taking from here. Now if this is theta, this is 90 degree, then it is quite obvious this angle will be your 90 minus theta. Okay, and this distance is d. Followed? So what will be this angle? It is quite obvious, exterior one will be 90 plus theta. Followed? Now this distance from the dy to the point P, this I take it as r. Now my job is to find out what is the r in terms of d and theta. If you look at this triangle, right angle triangle, you will find your cos theta is equal to how much? Base by hypotenuse. So base means d by r. Okay, and cos theta can be expressed as 1 by sec theta. So this gives me, this implies r is equal to d sec theta. Okay, this is an important relation which you have to remember. So r is equal to d sec theta. Now once we have found out all this, now let us apply Biot-Savart's law. So applying Biot-Savart's law, Biot-Savart law, due to the dy current element, what will be the magnetic field dB, and what is its formula? Mu naught I divided by 4 pi into the current element dy, then dr is your d sec theta, and the angle, what will be the angle? Angle will be 90 plus theta. So sine 90 plus theta divided by r cube. So it will be d cube sec cube theta. So here we have applied Biot-Savart law. Now nothing, only mathematics, we have to solve it. How can we solve this? So let us assume, let tan theta is equals to y by d in this case. So this implies y is equal to d tan theta. If I take the derivative dy, d will remain constant, tan theta derivative is sec square theta d theta. Okay, now let me substitute these values in dB. If I substitute these values, my dB will be how much? Mu naught I by 4 pi. Now instead of dy, what I will put? D sec square theta. Then you have d sec theta. Okay, sin 90 plus theta is cos theta divided by d cube sec cube theta. Cube means this square, this gets cancelled out. So this will cancel out, only d will remain in the denominator. So what is left out? Mu naught I divided by 4 pi d into cos theta. This is what is left out. Now I want the total magnetic field, so what I have to do? I have to integrate it. I will simply integrate this one. Now if I integrate it, what should be the limits? Minus theta 2 to theta 1. Now the question might come to your mind, sir, why minus? It is minus because you see this definition, we have taken in this diagram theta 1 and theta 2 are in opposite, they are taken in opposite sense. Okay, in opposite where, not where, opposite sense. They are taken in opposite sense. That means from here they will take in this direction 1 theta 1, this will be theta 2. So they are in opposite directions. Okay, opposite sense we have taken. That's why we start from minus theta 2 to theta 1. So let me find out this expression. B will be how much? Mu naught I by 4 pi d, that is constant, that will come out. Now integration, cos theta, integration will be sin theta. We have to put the limits. So sin theta 1, then minus 9 is sin minus theta 2. So that becomes minus sin theta. So minus minus becomes plus. So plus sin theta 2. So this is the expression for the magnetic field. Okay, magnetic field of a straight current carrying wire. Followed. Now there are certain cases, write your notes. There are certain cases where which you have to understand, that is sometimes the wire will be semi-infinite, sometimes it is infinite wire. So how this formula gets modified, let us see that. Okay, first let me take first one. Let me take a semi-infinite wire. I'll take a semi-infinite wire. When I take a semi-infinite wire, what I'll have, when I call this to be a semi-infinite, that means I'll take a wire in this form. Okay, infinite means one of them is extended up to infinity, one of the sides, and here I have a point. Followed, then what will be D? The perpendicular one I'll draw. So from here I'll draw the perpendicular. Okay, so this is D. At point P we are supposed to find out current flows in this direction. Now how can I change my equation? So in this particular case, what do you think to be theta 1? Theta 1 will be how much? See, this angle, it was previously like this. Now it is infinite, means it will be going towards like this. So what will the angle? It is 90 degree. So theta 1 will be my 90 degree. Okay, understood? So theta 1 will be 90 degree. Which one will be infinite? That one will be 90 degree. Now theta 2, this from here I have to start the theta 2. Now previously the angle was in this form, this one was theta 2. Now this theta 2 has been reduced and it is like this only. So what is the angle? 0 degree. So you can say that theta 2 will be 0 in this particular case. So theta 2 is equal to 0 degree. So let me put the values. If I put the values, B will be equal to mu naught I divided by 4 pi d sine 90 plus sine 0. Okay, so this gives me your mu naught I divided by 4 pi d. Followed? So this is the magnetic field due to a semi-infinite wire. Now what is the second case? In the second case, we will go for an infinite wire. When we go for an infinite wire, let's see. The second one is your infinite wire. Infinite wire. So infinite wire means what? Here it is extended towards infinity in both the sides. That means you will have a current carrying wire like this, and it is extended here also extended, right? Then I have got a point P. From that I will draw a perpendicular. So this is the point P here. Followed, the current is in this manner, I. Then what will be theta 1? It is quite obvious that I have told you whenever it is infinite, the angle will be 90 degree. Theta 1 is 90, theta 2 is also 90. So you have B is equals to mu naught I divided by 4 pi d. This will be sine 90 plus sine 90. That is 1 plus 1, that becomes 2. So it becomes half. Mu is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi d. Okay. This is for an infinite wire. Followed. Now very important and technical question comes in exam for this. Followed. For that, what let me do one of the examples. So few examples I will do for this case. Let's do the first example. In the first case, the wire is given in this form. It is a wire of this form is given. Followed. And they have taken a point somewhere here. At this point, you have to calculate the magnetic field. The point P is here. And how they are connecting? They are connected in this fashion. The bottom of the wire is connected in this form, and the top of it is connected in this form. Followed? And it is given that this angle is 30 degree. Followed? And they have taken this as to be one of the reference lines, and it is told that from the reference line this angle is your 30 degree. So this is the question. Followed, and here the current is being carried I. That is asking what is the magnetic field at point P, and it's quite obvious the direction of the magnetic field at point P will all the time when the current goes up is into the plane of the paper. That we have done from the previous classes. It is quite easy. Now we have to find out how to solve this one. It is quite obvious. If I extend this backwards, it will meet here, making a 90 degree. Followed? Now if I draw another perpendicular from here in this fashion, then this will also be 90 degree. Clear? Now what is this distance? According to our theory, this distance will be d. Okay? Now this is 30 degree, this is 30 degree. Let this distance be A. Let this distance be A. Okay? Now what will be D? In terms of A, it is quite obvious. D will be equal to A cos 30. A cos 30. Followed by taking which right angle triangle? We have taken this right angle triangle. Okay? Taking this right angle triangle, we have done. D is equal to A cos 30. Followed? Now, looking at this, what should be theta 1? Theta 1 is taken from D and in the opposite, in the above direction. 30 plus 30, that becomes 60 degree. Okay. Now, what will be theta 2? Theta 2 is taken from the reference line, but in the opposite sense. If it is in this direction, this will be positive. If you are taking in this direction theta 2, then it will be negative. So, therefore, theta 2 will be minus 30 degree. Is it clear? Students make a mistake, they may take it as plus 30. So don't forget that it should be minus 30 degree. Then what about your magnetic field formula? B will be equal to mu naught I divided by 4 pi d. Okay? And sine 60 degree plus sine minus 30 degree. Okay, now if you solve this, your d will be how much? Cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2. Okay, so root 3 by 2a, d will be this much. So if I put this value, it is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi. Instead of d, what I can put? Root 3 by 2a. This gets cancelled out. I've got 2 here. Then sine 60, it is root 3 by 2. And sine minus 30 is minus half. Okay. So if you solve this, how much it will come out? It will come out to be mu naught I divided by 2 pi root 3a. And here you take the LCM, root 3 minus 1. Okay, b will be this much. So this is the answer. Followed, it is a very important question, typical one, which comes many times in the exam. Okay, let me do another example. In the second example, what we'll do here, in the second example, the wire is taken in this form. Then we have a perpendicular line. At this point, you have to find out the magnetic field, point P here. Okay, and in the question itself, it is given that the current goes in this fashion. And here the theta 1, I mean this first line makes an angle. This angle it is given as 60 degree and this angle is given as 30 degree. Okay, 30 degree. That is asked what is the magnetic field at point P. For that, it is quite obvious. My theta 1 is going to be 60 degree. It is very easy. Theta 2 will be 30 degree. Okay. So B will be how much? B will be equal to, and this is your D. B will be mu naught I divided by 4 pi D. Then sine 60 plus sine 30. Okay. So this will be equal to mu naught I by 4 pi D, and here it will be root 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So this will be the magnetic field. Okay. Always remember what is theta 1 and theta 2. This line is very important, which I have told you. Theta 1 and theta 2 are taken from the perpendicular and are in opposite sense. This line is very important. It is in opposite sense. So you have to keep that in mind. Okay. Now in this, this is all about your semi-infinite, infinite, current carrying wire, magnetic field, everything you have found out. In this lecture, I want to include one more thing. That is a palm rule, which is an easier way to determine what should be the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so I am writing here the important one is a easier one, rather, palm rule. Okay, so I hope everybody knows what is a palm of the body, which one is the palm of the body, right? So how can we apply this palm rule? Let me take it first one. First one, suppose I having a current carrying wire in this fashion, I. Okay, and I have a point P here. I have a point P here which is situated at a distance r. How can I find out the direction of the magnetic field at point P? So first what you have to do, put the thumb in the direction of the current. In this particular diagram, put the thumb in the direction of the current. And then open the fingers towards the point. Which point? Point P. Open all your fingers. Now you see the palm direction will be the direction of the magnetic field. In this particular case, your palm is into the plane of the paper. Therefore, the magnetic field direction at point P will be into the plane of the paper. Okay. So what we can write here, what is the thumb rule what we are discussing here? The thumb rule is, first we have to put the thumb in the direction of current, and open the fingers towards the point. Okay, then palm's direction will be the direction of the magnetic field. So let us try and apply for the second example. The second one is, it is given that the current is into the plane of the paper. The current itself is into the plane of the paper, and you have taken a point which is situated at this distance. This is the point P. The distance is R. Okay, the current is into the plane of the paper. So what I'll put, I'll show the thumb direction into the plane of the paper, then open the fingers towards the point. Then it is quite obvious that my palm is in which direction. If you have guessed it in this direction, it is correct. Your magnetic field will be in this direction. Okay, so this is the easiest way by which you can calculate what should be the direction of the magnetic field. So I will give another illustration. The third illustration, here the current is into the plane of the paper, and you have chosen a point P which is situated at this distance. Point P is here. Now what is the magnetic field's direction? Okay, so what it will be, my finger will be into the plane of the paper, open the fingers towards the point. It is quite obvious my palm is pointing in this direction. So this will be the direction of the magnetic field. So I consider this to be the easiest means to find out what should be the direction of the magnetic field at a particular point. Now I have got a current carrying wire which is away from the plane of the paper, and where I have to calculate the magnetic field, at this point P here, I have to calculate the magnetic field. So my thumb is above, open all the fingers towards the point, then the palm direction will be the direction of the magnetic field. What is the direction? It is in this direction. Okay, so this is how this palm rule helps us how easily, without making any mistake, we can find out what is the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so this is it for today's class. I hope everybody must have enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like and share the video and subscribe my channel. Followed? Now any queries you have, you can mail me in the mail ID which is given below. Thank you for your kind patience.